All right, this next story definitely gonna touch you. It was decades after losing her father that a woman was then reunited with a prized item of his thanks to a total stranger. So she set off on a journey that extended across the globe just to say thank you.
Yes, Lindsay Pena is sharing this remarkable story from San Diego.
Together at last, Abby Pilger-Barreto and Dr. Hans Krogstad.
It was a spectacular adventure, to say the least. Meeting Hans was indescribable.
United by a remarkable story, one that centered around this Naval Academy class ring.
This started with gratitude. I was interested in finally thanking Hans for getting this ring back to me, and the world opened.
The ring belonged to Abby's father, Henry N. Pilger, a Navy helicopter pilot who died in a crash during a NATO training exercise on the island of Grutoya in northern Norway. Abby was just 15 months old at the time. She never had the chance to know her father. But decades later, a piece of him found its way back to her when Hans came across the ring at the crash site.
And then I looked down, and between two small boulders, I saw this ring.
Although he did his best to ensure it made it back to the Pilgers, he never knew the outcome, and Abby never had the chance to thank him. But last year, they found one another and started making plans to meet during a very important time.
The 50th anniversary of the crash was September 23rd, and so we wanted to celebrate that and memorialize that, and we sure did.
Back in the place where it all began.
I think this quest to visit this site has been in me my whole life. I'm elated, and I'm so happy to share it. I think it's a very healing story for many out there.
Abby is now in the middle of filming a documentary about her journey, her father, the crash, and the others who lost their lives while serving their country. And although she's managed to track some down, she's still hoping to find more relatives of those other 4 men.
So that I can make those connections and they know that their family member has forever been memorialized.
Oh, that's a tearjerker right there.
Uh-oh, so we're out of tissues
I know,
today.
where are
I'm
the
sorry.
tissues
Where are the
today? No
tissues?
Kleenex on the table. Oh my gosh.
What I love about that is that she's, in a way, like someone found her, right, to say, here's your dad's ring, which must have been an extraordinary moment. And now she's going to track down the relatives of the other people who died in that crash to kind of spread that same sense of remembrance and connection that she had, and give that to the other relatives of the crash victims decades later. So I love that it's not just, oh, thank you for the ring, and it's all about me, you know, but like, let's remember the others too.
You're
right. Beautiful. Yeah.
You're right, Rob, because those others are probably longing for something like she has been, you know, to lose her dad as a baby and, you know, not have memories, and to, you know, probably be searching for that connection, as you would imagine, you know, probably all her life. And it's beautiful, as you said, just fantastic. She's reached out to them.
Love that story. And I'm sure they will so appreciate when they get that call, you know, from her. Well, this magic maker, as we like to call him here on the show, you're about to meet is finally coming forward after anonymously delivering toys for kids at Kentucky Children's Hospital for nearly a decade.
Our friend Kristen Edwards explains why she's revealing her identity now and how she hopes this will benefit more kids than ever before.
For 9 years, an anonymous donor has made the trip from Garrett County to UK Children's Hospital.
Anything and everything else.
Her car filled to the brim with toys to be handed out to the kids inside. Now she's revealing her face and name, Tanya Charlton. She's stepping into the light to formally launch a nonprofit in hopes of multiplying her annual gift for children at the hospital and also Eastern Kentucky flood victims.
Doing it this way means that we can get out and do more for the communities as well as for the children.
It's all to honor her baby boy David, who was stillborn on September 28, 1996.
I was told that I couldn't have children, and I went through surgery to get pregnant, and then I had my miracle child, and then I didn't have him.
In his memory, the children are gifted a toy to hold close.
With each smile that they get, that's a smile that David didn't have.
Tanya is a very, very strong woman.
Charles Yantis is Tanya's neighbor turned event coordinator for the new nonprofit called David's Legacy.
It's a blessing. It's anything for the kids. That's the main thing, anything for the kids.
Oh, you know, that woman, you can't imagine the pain, right, that she's experienced. I don't think there's any greater pain than a parent losing a child. I mean, I can't even, it's like the unthinkable, yet she experienced it, but then to take that heartache and turn it into so much goodness.
And that's not
in
easy.
the name of her son.
That
Yeah,
takes,
no.
I think, a strength of character and grace and positivity that a lot of people don't have.
Right.
As they wallow in whatever the bad stuff is, and as opposed to, you know, turning it and maneuvering it into something good. So, you know, just bravo to her strength.
Yes,
you know?
Rob, absolutely. Well, before we head to break, we want to remind you about something special coming up on Friday, tomorrow. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, you're invited. You're invited to join on a free webinar no matter where you live. I'm moderating it. It's hosted by my friends at Crisis Center North. They're based in Pittsburgh, PA, and it's talking about the link between domestic violence and animal abuse in our legal system, and it's focused on solutions for victims of violence. No matter what you're experiencing, we want to answer your questions. Great panel of experts. Tomorrow, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time in the United States. But you can join on from anywhere. Rob, I had some friends in the United Kingdom that watch Court TV that reached out and said,
Oh,
"Can
nice.
we join on?" I'm like, yes, yes. It's a problem that affects everybody, no matter where you live.
Such an important and interesting topic that
Oh,
you know
yeah.
very well
Oh,
as
yeah.
a lawyer. So that
It's-
sounds like a
Oh, it's really hard. It's one of those things you go, really? Really? There's an intersection when you think about it. Oh, yeah. Batterers often will weaponize animals.
Wow.
And, you know, and it's something that's hard to talk about, right? It's something that there's a stigma attached. And so we're going to do it tomorrow. Register on our Facebook page as well.
We'll be right back. Jinx, you're it.